things metal and the people of metal, or should I say the women of metal. But before I begin, I want to say thank you so much for all you subscribers, all the people that watch my channel, all the ones that have viewed some of the videos so far. I do appreciate that. It means a lot because it does mean the monetization and going forward and getting a little bit bigger, so that way bands will be more enticed to watch, or I should say, to be interviewed, hopefully, on my channel, so that way you guys can get to know them personally. Um, ask them ask them live with a personal question, or possibly maybe maybe ask some questions beforehand that we can ask, that we'd like to know, that they might be able to share with us. They may not be able to share everything with us, but you never know. But while I'm at it, don't forget to check out the QR code. I'm gonna keep doing that for a while. Um, for me, it's one of those things that, like I said before, I don't mind helping people out. I don't mind helping out smaller bands that are not as well known. Um, because for me, the more people know about who you are, the more likely you are to excel in the music, um, and being well known by people. So that way you can put on shows for everybody, and I would love to have you on here. So if you do, let me know. If you're a local band in Colorado, I would definitely love to hear from you. But even if you're not, definitely look me up. Send me a message, even on what they call that, the comment section below. If you have any other comments, concerns, or whatever, or maybe some suggestions, like somebody had told me, and I forgot what bands they were. And I was going to write them down, never did, so I'll have to go back, check those messages, and see it was about the power metal that the one gentleman that watches the channel was suggesting two or three other bands that were really great power metal bands. So I'll have to add those to that list, so that way you guys know who they are. Because it's always good to know, some really cool bands you may not have heard of before. So it'd be awesome to know that stuff. And without further ado, I'm going to be talking about some of the top female metal bands, or at least they might have a woman in the band somewhere, possibly in drums, or probably guitar, or the whole band, or just the singers. But before I get started, I just wanted to let you know I did do a little video short of that, because to me, the women in metal are just as important as the men in metal, if not more so, because I think they bring a new dimension to the sound of metal itself, or the metal music. Because there's some really, really wonderful bands out there. So Clover, this is for you and all the women out there. I think you would really enjoy a lot of these bands, because they have female vocalists or maybe female guitarists. I do know there is one band I saw years ago in Greenlee that had a female bassist. Now I can't, Tantric is what I think is the name of the band. So check them out. She is phenomenal. She is really cool. She's just just like amazing on the guitar, on the bass guitar. So yeah, definitely check them out. They're not on the list, but I'm sure there's way more than what's on here as far as really great female metal bands, or like I said, people that are in the metal band itself. So without further ado, we're going to get started with the list right now. The top 25. I don't know if they're really the top, but there are lists of 25 bands that are, I say, female. They have women in the bands themselves. So I think it's really cool. Now this one, I think if it is in order, it's totally wrong. They should be up higher. Number 25, it says bonus on here, is Ginger, progressive metal, included again due to their massive influence in gender bending approach. So apparently they're on this list twice. Yep, number 3. Go figure. Which that's what I was gonna say. Why is it on number 25? I guess it couldn't come up with a list of 25 without repeating it twice. Which, Yeah, I can agree with that. You know, being a really good, I mean, a really huge fan of the band. They're one of my favorites. Um, the antagonist is number 24. Is a progressive metal. Alyssa White glues powerful vocals and degent infused sound. I've never heard of that, but I'm not sure if I know what that means. If I said it right either. Um, but it'd be kind of interesting to find out. Number 23 is Blood Ceremony Doom Metal. I don't know if I talked about this on the genres of metal. I believe Doom Metal might not be one I'm familiar with, so I'm going to have to look that up. But it's rather interesting. It has a haunting vocals with heavy riffs and psychedelic influences. So it'd be kind of cool. Now, this one is one band that I haven't listened to much, but I have heard them is Cryptica, number 22, and it is a all-female death metal band, which is really cool. And they do a really good job with the songs I have heard, really awesome. American hard rock singer known for her powerful vocals and solo hits like Kiss Me Deadly. Oh, wait a minute, that's the wrong one. Technical music. Sorry about that. Technical musicianship, aggressive sounds, and um, I don't know. Oh, it's supposed to be the name of the lady. It's Fernanda Lira. It's impressive vocal range. I might have to be able to figure out how to pronounce her name because who knows? I might have her on here, and that would be really cool. Because actually, I found at least one of the women on the band. I think she's the guitar. She was pretty nice looking, very attractive woman. Um, because I am definitely a big fan of that kind of stuff because I like attractive women bands. But anyway, going forward, number 24, this is the one I messed up on, is Lena Ford, hard rock. America's hard rock singer known for her powerful vocals and solo hits like Kiss Me Deadly. And yes, I definitely had a thing for her back in the day. She was awesome. She was really cool. I even had a poster of Lena Ford on my wall in my room when I was growing up as a teenager. So yeah, I had a thing for Lena Ford, and she still looks very gorgeous even today. Even I forgot how old she is. I know she's older than I am. I'm 50, so she's probably what 55, 60 maybe, and she still looks just as good now as she did back then. So, and if you haven't checked out her music, you need to check it out because "Kiss Me Deadly" was one of my favorite songs, and I still remember the some of the lyrics a little bit. It ain't no big thing. Do 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 do. Uh-huh. Blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the whole thing, but if I heard the song in my head here in my headphones, I could sing it probably for you, but it's hard to say. Kind of like a few other songs. Let's see here. Number 20 is Grunt. I think that's how you say it. Grindcore. Fast, short, aggressive songs from all female 90s band. So they're a 90s band, which I'd never heard. I didn't know about. So I'm kind of a little upset that I didn't know about this because probably the music industry didn't think they were that important because they're probably women compared to some of the boy bands, so to speak, or the metal bands of the day in the 90s. So it kind of, yeah, it's kind of upsetting. That was the early 90s, right? No, wait a minute here. This is Grunt. There's a couple other ones here from the 90s too, it looks like. 19 is Wall of Jericho, punk rock, heavy metal, feminist lyrics, socially conscious message from the early 1990s. So I've never heard of Wall Jericho, but it sounds like they're more of a feminist and social conscious messages. So that'd be kind of interesting to see what they have to say. Their punk rock style heavy metal sound. And that was in the 90s as well. That's probably the reason why they did it, because the fact they probably weren't being taken serious as women. I'm sure a lot of women in metal back in the 90s were not taken very well. They were probably stonewalled like other bands that they had to prove themselves in the industry. And I know there's one particular band I know very well, which is not on this list. And you've already know who they are because, in fact, I've talked about them before. And a certain individual that I, we're not going to get into that, but I'm going to keep on moving down the list. Um, Number 18 is Kitty Nu Metal, aggressive sound and all female lineup from the late 90s. So this is later in the 90s, probably closer to 2000. No, yeah, well, 90s. I guess 90. I guess it could have been 99, whatever. Um, I guess Kitty is the one band that is number 18. Now 17 is one band, and this is kind of surprising because this band's on the list and not the other one, and they're kind of a rival of the other band that I was just talking about. That I'm not gonna mention. Well, I've talked about them anyway. OTEP is new metal. Shaman OTEP. Cooper's powerful vocals, aggressive sound, and socially conscious lyrics. They do have some really great music, so if you haven't checked them out, they're definitely a good band to check out. I do know this one very well. Um, and even some other bands on here too. I've like Lean Forward and stuff. Yeah, really great stuff. Number 16 is Ever Since Gothic rock metal. Amy Lee's distinctive vocals, dark and emotional lyrics, and piano-driven sound. Yeah, and it's really good. It is really good for It's not heavy. It's kind of in between, and it's kind of more of the operatic sound. It's not. They don't have hardcore like heavy lyrics like OTEP and some of the other ones like Ginger. Ginger is a definitely heavier band. As far as the vocals go, the female singer is like really heavy. She sounds like, let's put it this way, she sounds so heavy that you probably would mistake her for a man singing if you didn't know it was a woman. At times, not always. She still has still a little bit of a feminine voice in there, but she sounds very deep enough to be passed off as a guy to a point. But she still sings lighter, vocals to where you can tell. Um, Number 15 is Code Orange, the hardcore punk, metalcore, aggressive sound with chaotic live shows, which I didn't know, and politically charged lyrics. This one, I think I have heard from my son, but I thought that it was Agent Orange, not Code Orange. So this might be a different band that I'm thinking of because I don't think they have any women in their band on the other one. And I'm not sure if it's a guitarist, singer, or whatever in this band. I think most of them might be vocalists in each one of these bands, but I'm not sure. I do know the one on the list is definitely uh, Alicest, I think is how you say it. Black Gaze. It's Alcest, like crest. Alicrest. That's probably how you say it. Atmospheric scapes, soaring vocals, and black metal shoegaze blend. So it's a black gaze band. I don't know, metal band. Never heard of it. Anyway, going on to number 13 is Spirit Box's progressive metal, the genre bending sound. Courtney LaPlante's powerful vocals. I hope I said that right. Socially conscious lyrics. Interesting. Number 12 is Thunder Mother, hard rock, bluesy influences, catchy hooks, and Joanna Storm's powerful vocals. That might be cool. I think I have heard some of their stuff, but I'm not 100% certain. Oh, now this one I definitely know very well because I have definitely heard Burning Witches for number 11, and they do have some really good sounds. So if you like your metal heavy, they're definitely heavy. They're almost up there, probably pretty close to like Lamb of God style as far as their heavy vocals go. So if you're into Lamb of God or some of the other bands like Slayer, these women are definitely worth listening to. I'm pretty sure this is the band I'm thinking of, but I'm not 100% certain. Soaring vocals, powerful riffs, and traditional metal influences. Number 10 is Girls School. Girls School. Okay. Heavy metal, energetic live shows, and influence of future generations of female metal musicians. So they basically help and encourage women to listen, enjoy, and even become band members themselves, which I think is really great. I think that's more power to the women of girls' school. I think that's admirable. I think it's worthwhile of the time for people. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Number 9 is Crucible, thrash metal, aggressive sound, and a feminist lyrics from the 80s of an all-female metal band. So this must have been, of course, the 80s, which I've never heard of them. There is some other bands that had a female lead singer in, um, that actually had a song called Butcher Baby. And that's where another band got their name from. So I forgot the Plasmatics, I think is what they're called. But yeah, it's really cool. This one I know very well because I used to listen to them back when Lena Ford was around. Is Vixen, number 8, and they did have some. They were more of a glam kind of hair band style metal for women, I guess, because women did have long hair back then, but most of the guys didn't always have hair, so they not really considered hair band, but they had hair, so I would consider them kind of a hair band without being hair because they're women. Go figure, you know what I mean? Go figure, right? Anyway, Vixen is number 8. Catchy hooks, shredding guitars, and powerful vocals from the 1980s. And yes, they had some really good guitar riffs and very awesome sound for a glam metal band at the time. Number 7 is L7, punk rock and grunge, pioneering all-female band with powerful riffs, rebellious lyrics, and in-your-face attitude, which is always good, right? So this would be kind of stick it to the band kind of thing as a woman, right? So yeah, for all you women out there, maybe you might like that because that might be one of those things you might want to listen to. You never know. Actually, it sounds like something I might listen to too. Let's see here. Delana, I think I can't pronounce that name. I think I saw them earlier on here. Is number 6. Is symphonic metal, Charlotte Weasels, soaring vocals. I hope I said that right. Whistles. I think I say it. Vocals blend metal, rock, pop, and pop influences. So that's kind of interesting. Metal, rock, and pop. So that might be a little bit. I've heard their stuff before, and it's really good. Number 5 is Epica, and they are definitely really good. It's a symphonic metal and definitely good vocalist. Very good song. Simon's operatic vocals. I hope I said that right. Complex structures and theatrical live performances. Interesting. Okay, now this one I definitely know, and if you don't or have never listened to them, and don't tell me you don't like them because they are really, really good. Number 4 is Lacuna Coil, gothic metal. Christina, I can't pronounce her name. She's from the Ukraine, I think, that's why it's so hard. But Scabara, I think is how you say it. A distinctive vocal blend of heavy riffs with, the word I can never say, choruses. Melodic, I can't say it. Melodic, whatever. Choruses. Definitely good group, definitely good songs. Definitely check them out. Just like Ginger, which is number 3. Progressive metal, which they were in the list at 25, which I go, okay, why are they down there? Technical musicianship, genre blended sound, and powerful vocals from the is it Tantra? God, that thing is annoying. I got alerts coming on my computer. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, Ginger. Definitely progressive metal. Very good. Awesome. Number 2 is Nightwish, which is symphonic metal, which is more operatic style. Vocals, orchestral arrangements, and fantasy-themed lyrics. And they do sound really good. I'm not a particular fan of Nightwish, but I do know somebody that is. And he might even like some of these other bands. I don't know for sure. There is one band that I did hear that sounds kind of like what they sound like. and I think it's Dark Sarah, I believe, is the name of the group, which is really cool. They sound more operatic, but they still have kind of a deeper tone in their music and their lyrics, and even the guitar riffs and stuff in the band. Oh, this one, you gotta love them. The best of them all so far. Arch Enemy, number one. The the word I can't say very well. Death metal. Pioneering band featuring Alyssa White Gloose. I think is how you say her last. Her, I don't know if it's I think it's the last name. Growls and Soars vocals, and I will say this much: she is freaking phenomenal. Arch Enemy. There is another one, and I can't remember. And I think the lead singer has been in a couple different bands. I can't remember the name of them. If I come up with a name or think of the name, I can see her kind of face right now because of a video I saw of her, and she's beautiful, very beautiful woman, and very good vocalist. And I love the music. I think it might have been on one of those in the list, but I'm not sure because that's one of the bands she's in. But there's another band that she plays in that actually she sings for too, and I can't now say myself what the name of the song is. And I haven't heard it for a while because it hasn't shown up on my playlists, or you know what I mean, because I say play some music and it plays some of the stuff I usually listen to, but I try to get to play other stuff because you can do an explore, or deep cuts or whatever else you want to do on it, so it's kind of cool. So don't forget, check this out. This is a good site. Pretty Girls Do Ugly Things. Some artwork for somebody that needs some money to help her with her operation, which she might have enough money now to do it. I don't know. It's hard to say, but you can still enjoy and love her art. She's got some great things, and she always is drawing all the time. She even does these little sketches as she goes to every city on a tour. She gets a cup of coffee, sits down there, and does this really cute little sketch that she does. While she's on tour because she wants to keep her, her practice and drawing, which I should be doing myself, which I haven't. And she's the one that encouraged me to start drawing again. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing it. And I have been doing it for a while, and I stopped for a little bit because of Twitch, which I shouldn't allow Twitch to dictate what I do and what I don't do in my life. So, but I also have been doing other things. I've been trying to do my artwork in a little combination of some AI. And I'm thinking about taking the AI and then transferring it into adding, like doing stuff in GIMP or whatever,